one time, it was in New York City. We got invited to eat at a member's house. And we went, and I have no idea what we ate. I was like, oh, cool. She was like from some island off the Caribbean, so they had different food. And it was just like a mixture of things, but you just have to just eat it and be happy.
Crazy.
Okay, so one time I was in New York City and I was sitting on the bus and I was talking to this man, and my companion was in front of me, but somehow she got off the bus and I was still there on the bus, and I turn around to look to see my companion, and I look behind the bus and she's chasing after the bus after me. And I was talking to this old man. He like stands up and he's like, her friend, she's not allowed to be without her friend. Like just like yelled at the bus driver to stop. So then I got off. But one of the most spiritual experiences was in Brazil. It was one of my last months, and we were teaching this man about the word of wisdom, and he was having some issues with it. And I just remember we taught him the restoration again, and I asked him to kneel down and pray about it, just right there. Pray about Joseph Smith, pray to know if the church was true. And when he was praying, we were all like filled with the Spirit. And he looked up, he was like, I know it's true. And he was like, I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give up smoking. I'm gonna give up drinking. I wanna live the standards of the church. Learning languages is humbling anyway, but I guess I don't really have any moments where I said something completely off, you know? But like just being on the streets, you have a big accent, like everyone knows, like, where are you from? But something about Brazilians, they'll just like laugh at you. And so you'll be talking and it's like about the Spirit, and they'll just start laughing at you. So I don't know if it's like super funny, it's just super humbling. I think the greatest life lesson I learned was how to be a member. I learned that really being a member is so important, like doing the things that you're supposed to do, be doing your calling, inviting your friends to hear the gospel, because members have so much power, more than we think that we have. So yeah, just really, I guess, learning to live the gospel is the greatest lesson that I learned in my mission. How to organize, for sure. Before my mission, I was totally just all over, and now I have to like plan my day out and definitely more organized. One time, my companion and I, there was like an emergency, and we had to get to the bishop's house, but it was storming rain, and everywhere was just mud. So we're running to go to the bishop, and like we're falling, and so by the time we get to the bishop, we're covered in mud. We're just like, we have an emergency. Transitioning from New York to Brazil was the hardest. I think something that I expected was just the New York South mission in Brazil. But it wasn't like that. The mission is completely different. You have different challenges. And so I guess the greatest challenge I had was just accepting that time was over and realizing I was in a different mission.